Hey, what's up, guys? Steven here. This is the start of a new series because if you know me, you know that I follow MMA pretty closely. And so it's going to be fun to do some predictions. But I'm here in the forest right now. Park right behind me, as you can hear people. And I'm going to show you guys around. You can see like a little bit of lighting. This is really good lighting. The sun, are you good? And you can see the river over here. I'm going to show you in a little bit. But yeah, so let's talk about the main event for tomorrow. It's gonna be Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, versus Brian T. City Ortega, two featherweights. Brian hasn't fought in over 2 years, but Chan Sung Jung has fought and has beaten some people along the way on his way back from his loss from Yair Rodriguez back in like 2018, I believe. So it's gonna be interesting to see these guys fight because they always leave it all in the octagon, and their style is really one of attrition. They always come forward at their opponent and never stop. Even Brian, as you can see from the Max Holloway fight, he kept on going no matter how much he got punched in the face. So that was pretty gruesome, interesting, as well as very telling of what type of person, what type of fighter he is. So let's talk about Brian real quick, right? He's coming off that loss. That was 2 years ago. But his stand-up has gotten so much. I'm betting that his stand-up has gotten so much better because he doesn't want to get pieced up like that again. And so he's probably worked a lot on his boxing, a lot on his kickboxing maybe. And you know, his ground game is always solid. You know, trained by the Gracies, lineage of the Gracies, and so it's gonna be interesting to see how he comes out. You know, but right now we know his head is shaven. And he said something like him and the Korean Zombie are gonna leave in a hospital, so he hopes that Abu Dhabi has good hospitals out there, so that's gonna be funny. But man, and he also slapped Jay Park, so he's gotta come back after that. Like, you can't just slap somebody and then not beat the dude, you know what I mean? Or maybe that's for the Korean Zombie. So let's talk about the Korean Zombie. Coming off that loss from Yair Rodriguez a couple years ago. Last year actually, I believe, and then coming back with a win over Frankie Edgar, former lightweight champion, I think former featherweight champion as well, if I'm not mistaken. But Chan Sung Jung is still young in his prime. You know, it's almost like he never left after his military service, and so I mean, you can expect what you can always see out of the Korean Zombie. You know, coming forward always, looking for that finish, never stopping, even though he could have in the Yair Rodriguez fight. He could have took his foot off the pedal, but you know, after that, I'm pretty sure he's gotten cautious. I'm pretty sure he's slowed down a little bit, you know, or he's thinking about it, or who knows, maybe he just says F it and leaves it all out in the octagon like he always does, and he does that against Brian Ortega. And so I think the Korean Zombie here has a bit of advantage. He's on a tiny win streak now. He's had experience in the last 2 years to keep on fighting, whereas Brian, you never know. If ring rust does exist, Brian might suffer from that, you know, so gonna be interesting to see. But I do predict the Korean Zombie to get this win, and I'm unemotional about it, about who wins. I would love to see both guys challenge for the title again. The Korean Zombie, you know, I think he lost his last title fight, so it'd be nice for him to etch his name in history forever. And for Brian Ortega, I mean, the guy's young, 29, 28, so he can always come back, you know what I mean? But I do see Korean Zombie getting this one. I just know it's going to be a scrap. It's going to be fight of the year contender. Going to be real interesting. I keep on saying that for like the 10th time, so it's going to be 10 times as interesting. And so, yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, feel free to tune in next time. I'm going to predict the Khabib versus Gaethje fight next week, and probably some fights on the prelims as well as main event. Peace.